Hi there. So I've been thinking, with everything that's going on in the world right now, how grim things have been over the last year. I was thinking about books that I've read over the past year that have helped me keep on going and helped me keep a positive attitude with everything that's going on. And there have been a few books that have helped. Books in general are a great way to escape how how grim everything is at the moment. But there's one book in particular that I keep thinking about and keep coming back to, and I thought it'd be worth making a video about to share with everyone. To be fair, this book is fairly well known. It came out only in late 2019, I believe, but it became quite popular. So you may have already heard of this, but if you haven't, I want to help spread the word and get as many people to know about this book as possible, because I really feel like this is a book everybody should check out, whoever you are, whatever your taste is. So I won't keep you in suspense. The book is called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse by Charlie Mackesy, I think his name is, Mackesy. And basically, I mean, on the surface, it's a children's picture book. It's, if you have a look inside, you can see, there's more pictures than there are writing. This is on the surface you might think this is just a book to read to your kids at bedtime or something, but no, I don't have kids and I still love this book. Okay. This book, I feel like, reminds us all of things that we need to remember and things we probably don't get told enough. Basically, it's a book about kind of being kinder to yourself and being kind to others as well. But also, I feel like we can all be our own worst critics. I certainly can be. I'm much harder on myself than I am other people around me. And this book, it just feels so calm. It feels like a reassuring hand on your shoulder. And the guy that did this, Charlie, he's a fantastic artist. As far as I understand, he's not a kind of classically trained artist. It's more a skill he's developed himself. But I love his approach to life and the way he writes and the art. You can see. Let me find a good example. I mean, look at this. Look how beautiful that is. Using ink and watercolors, I think that is. And there are just so many passages in this book that really speak to me, and I think would speak to everyone really. I'm not going to ruin all of this because obviously it's not a hugely long book, so I don't want to go through it all. I think this is one you should check out for yourself and discover for yourself because it's such a nice feeling. But for instance, there's a couple of passages I'll highlight, some of my favourite ones. There's one here where it says, "What's your best discovery?" asked the mole. "That I'm enough as I am," said the boy. I I love that kind of thing. I think this is such a great book, and it reminds us of things that we don't get told enough. We kind of, if you're lucky, maybe you'll get told it as a kid a few times, but as adults we tend to be so critical and expect to be perfect all the time, and it's really not the case. I kind of feel like adults we're just big children, really. Like, do any of us really know what we're doing in the great scheme of things? Another passage I really like here, for days when you feel like you've just messed up or you're not doing a good enough job in life. It says, "Always remember you matter. You're important and you are loved, and you bring to this world things no one else can." Um, Maybe this makes me seem really soppy and soft, but I don't really care. I do feel like these are things we need to remind ourselves of. I keep saying that, but life can be so kind of brutal, especially adult life, and difficult, and you expect to do everything right, and it can be so hard, especially with everything that's going on at the moment. So I want to give a big shout out to this book and recommend it. If you haven't checked it out, then absolutely do. It's so worth the money. I think there's like an audio version as well, although I guess you'd kind of be missing out on the art. But yeah, this is the kind of book, if you've got kids, then definitely buy a copy, read it to them. But I think you'll enjoy it as much as them, if not more, because hopefully most kids don't know how difficult life could be sometimes. And it's also a really funny book. It's basically the story about a boy, a mole, a fox, and a horse who meet up and kind of go on a journey together, and they exchange this wisdom that they've all learned through their different perspectives of life. And it, on the one hand, it is a kind of simple children's story, but I feel like under there's really deep layers that as an adult you'll appreciate. So yeah, the art is just beautiful. I'll show you a bit more. I don't want to ruin too much, as I said, but look at that. And it's just so beautiful, and it just feels like this book just kind of feels like a gift, if that makes sense. I know I'm coming across as super sappy right now. Bring back the videos where I swear and rant and things like that. But yeah, I just want to give a shout out to this book because it's what I've thought about a lot over the past year. Like, basically it has been a year since COVID-19 came along, and I think we've all had a tough time in some way or another, even if you haven't lost someone to it. Even if you're not a frontline worker or anything, I think everybody has had a difficult 12 months, and fingers crossed that we're at least through the halfway point. Vaccines are coming out and everything, so hopefully we'll get there by hopefully by the end of this year things will be a lot better. But I know that it could be tough at the moment. Everyone's struggling, everyone's annoyed, and it's easy during those periods to have critical thoughts about yourself, to feel down. So I really want to recommend this book. If you're having a tough time at the moment, get yourself a copy of this, read it again and read it again. It's definitely a book I'm going to read many times throughout my life, and it's a book I would recommend to anyone, literally anyone. So yeah, I just want to make a quick vid to recommend this book. 5 out of 5. I love it. It's a treasure. I believe Charlie Mackesy has said he's not finished with the story of the boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse. So I really hope we get more books like this. Like, wouldn't it be great if there was just like a collection of books of these? But yeah, I adore it. I love the arts. I love the message in this, and I highly recommend you check it out. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.